Good morning, second period. Today's Thursday, April 16th. We are going to be continuing with our argumentative essay with the lady or the tiger. We are going to be writing our body paragraphs today. So I'm going to lead you through what's expected of the 3 body paragraphs that you are going to add on to your introduction. Please make sure you're getting your Grammaropolis assignments done. Today is semicolons. You need to make sure you're getting that 80% so that you can earn the 5 points for doing those activities. So please make sure you get that done. Those are due by the end of the week. So we are focusing today on providing solid evidence for support and addressing counterclaims. You've already made your specific claim in your introduction. Some of you did a really nice job with your intros. I was very pleased. Others just need to make a couple little tweaks and then you will be right there. But overall, I was very, very happy. So now we're moving into the body paragraphs. There are going to be 3 that you're writing today. So let's take a look at those. So in paragraph 1, you are going to cite explicit evidence from the text, followed by the implicit information you gathered after reading it. So remember, explicit evidence, we find it in the text. It specifically tells us it's the author's words. Then we have to think about, okay, I see this explicit evidence. What does that tell me? How am I going to read between the lines? What am I going to infer? And then you're going to add that information into that paragraph as well. So you're going to begin with a transition word or phrase. You're going to take the explicit information from the text and use quotation marks. Please make sure you're citing it that way. Then explain why the quote is important. So this would be your implicit evidence then. If you don't have that explanation and you don't tell us the why, then you've not met that implicit requirement. Moving to paragraph 2, you are going to cite another piece of explicit evidence that supports your claim, okay? Followed by the implicit information you gathered after reading it. You're going to have another transition, okay? So maybe in the first paragraph, you said first. In the second paragraph, you're saying second. Those are transitions. You're going to take that explicit information from the text, make sure you're using quotation marks, and then you're going to explain that quote, and then that's your implicit information coming through in your essay. Okay, so those are paragraphs 1 and 2. You have to have 2 pieces of evidence that support your claim. So you've already done this in your T-chart and in the implicit and explicit information you were gathering. So go back to that work and look what you've pulled to see if it supports your claim. If it does, use it. Okay. If it doesn't, you're going to have to go back to the story and find other pieces. Go then to paragraph 3 when you begin writing. This is where you're going to address the other side's defense. This is the counterclaim. This is so important because it helps prove your claim and makes the reader say, I think I believe what you're saying rather than what maybe I was thinking before. Okay, so this is also going to have a transition. You need to clearly address the strongest argument you think the opposing side would have, and you need to include reason. This is your counterclaim, which is written like your claim. So a counterclaim is just a claim, but it is countering what you believe. Explain how that argument doesn't hold up, okay? And then you return back to your point. All right, so this is going to take some thought because you want the strongest argument. You're not going to give 3 different counterclaims. You are giving one, and you want to be able to say, okay, this is why people believe this, but here's what I have to say about it and say how it doesn't hold up. So those are your 3 paragraphs for your body, okay? Here are your FCAs. So the way you will be graded with FCA 1 is that you are citing explicit evidence. That is worth 3 points. Make sure you're using quotation marks and make sure that it's coming directly from the text. FCA 2 is include that implicit information. So you're giving us the explicit evidence. Now you got to explain why, okay? Make sure you are being able to lead your reader to understand how the explicit information leads us to believe your claim. It all has to connect. That is 3 points. FCA 3 is address the other side's defense. So you're clearly addressing the strongest argument from the opposing side, okay, including that counterclaim, which is written like a claim. Then you're going to explain how that argument does not hold up, and then you return to your point. That is 3 points. The non-negotiables for this part is the use of transition words or phrases. That is a point. Make sure you are doing that in each one of your body paragraphs. There will be 3 body paragraphs. So your task for today is complete Grammaropolis, the semicolons activity. Keep that 80% in mind. You're going to write the 3 body paragraphs for you for your argumentative essay, okay, paying specific attention to those FCAs. You are then going to think about today's big idea. A claim is a statement that can be proven using evidence. Evidence is the key for today. You are finding 2 really good pieces of explicit evidence for your first 2 body paragraphs. And then you're going to think about, okay, what would the other side say? And you're going to pull something and make a claim for your counterclaim. Okay? Don't flip out. We know. Writing can be quite an effort. Okay. Tomorrow, you are going to have just one assignment, and it's going to be colons in Grammaropolis, and that's it. So that Mrs. Harrington and I can get our 2 classes graded. Okay. So take a deep breath, get those body paragraphs written. If they are anything like how your intro paragraphs were looking, I am very, very, very pleased. So keep up the good work. Just go back to the evidence that you've pulled already. You've done the work. You just have to go pull it, and then you have to go explain it. Okay? So 3 body paragraphs today. Get those submitted by midnight tonight, and I will get those graded and back to you. And just keep up the good work. I'm proud of you guys. See you tomorrow.